Hello guys and welcome back to another tutorial. So here in this one I wanted to talk about how to get rid of the flatness of a rendered image. So actually it's not very hard to fall into a flat image. It's actually quite easy. I fall into this a lot when I'm rendering, and the way to make sure that you do not go into that is do not add lights randomly into the scene. Like, you have to specifically follow some techniques. One of them is called the 3-point lighting technique, and it's pretty known. It's like one of the most basic way of lighting characters. So for example, let's say this is your scene from the top and here's your subject. Let's say this character from the top is this subject. Alright, so first you have to place one very important light called the key light, and this one we do not place it from the front. This is your main light, but we do not place it from the front, and that's because we do not want a flat light across the whole face. That's what we're trying to avoid. So we're trying to sculpt the shape, even though we have already the 3D model. But it's very easy, if you light it in a very even way, to have it fall back and lose this 3D-ness of the character. The 3D-ness, let's call it the 3D-ness. Alright, so to keep the 3D-ness going, we place one light here. This is your main light, okay? And this will have, let's say on a scale of 0 to 10 of light intensity, this one will have, for example, 6. Alright, so this one will be your main light, and you wanna start having the sense of everything is showing, but it's not very intense. And this one creates a little bit of a line, because everything here will be lit pretty good, but here you will have a little bit of shadows, a little bit of a darker stuff, and this is good. This is data that we want. Alright, but also we do not want this harsh split difference here between here and here, and that's where we create something called the filler light. And this light is mainly for filling the shadows created by the key light. But we also do not want to have the same amount of intensity. So for example, keep in mind this is random numbers, just to get the idea across. And for example, if this is 6, we do not want this to be 6, because we still want one side of the face looking a little bit lighter than the other side. So let's say this one is 3 or 4 or something. So we still want this side to be brighter than this side. And the last thing, that's the rim light, and this one we place it from behind. And here in this case that I have here, the rim light is actually placed not only from one direction, because I needed to play it like the wings are actually giving light onto the character from behind. So in my case I have one here and one here, so I'm lighting the character from behind from both sides. This one is actually a lot higher than this one. So if this is 6, for example, I'd go for something like 12 or 13 for the one behind in light value, because you wanna create this line of light here on this character, and it has to be a little bit more intense to show, to give it like this pop. It cannot be something around 6, because it won't give this effect. Alright, so yeah, so that's obviously one way of going around it. There's a lot of techniques and a lot of different stuff, and this scene actually contains a little bit more lights. It's not 4 lights only, but these are the main ones. So the rest of the lights are just, for example, something that I placed just to add a little bit more highlight on an area of the face. I tend to go for, like, I want to shape, let's say, the hair, and if this didn't happen with one light, I add some lights, a little bit of something here or something there. So thanks a lot guys for tuning in, and see you in the next one.